And that is why we're no longer in the same place. Restart. So I'm thinking we'll connect them today. So since we got the horse out, we'll also get the little man and his dog, farmer and his dog with the horse. Thinking for the shoes, Sean Witherspoon Gazelles. Can never go wrong with the Sean Witherspoon Gazelles. So I'm gonna go for these because I do gotta take a little, like 3 buses to get to work. So good amount of walking in there. I gotta get to work. And you know, you move on, things change, and that's okay. It's beginning of April. I'm 22 years old from San Francisco, California, but I recently, like 2 weeks ago, or not even 2 weeks, full 2 weeks, like a week and a half ago, got transferred for my job from our San Francisco location to our Boston location, Boston, Massachusetts. Yeah, I'm 22 years old. I have a total of $152.84 in my bank account, and we're trying to make something happen, I guess. So far, what I've learned, or what I've been learning, is you can't be afraid to restart. Don't be afraid to restart. You're going to have many times where you're going to want to restart or feel like you need to restart, or maybe constantly feel like you need to restart, but you don't, because you don't want the, like the pressure of having to do something new from the beginning all over again. I say don't be afraid to restart. I've been in the process of and trying to build a brand, a fashion brand. It's taught me a lot, yes. It's not something that I do out of money or likeliness. I just do it because I enjoy it and I really love it. I just want to add this part into the video to be a little bit more transparent about what you really go through in life and things that come upon us, because a lot of the times people go through this period in time alone, and I feel like it's very rough for people to do that, and I feel like it's hard for other people to understand, especially if they're older than you, or especially if they're like a friend but they don't tell you everything. I'm gonna tell you losses, growth, increases, things that have worked well for me, things that haven't worked well for me, things that I'm learning, things that I'm figuring out. So it gives you something to kind of like connect on or relate to, or, oh, this person's going through that same thing, sort of having like that comfort, and we're all doing this, and we're all having troubles doing it, and we're all having struggles. So this is kind of like that segment, or just a part of the video where it's like we can understand, because it's very hard, and the world does not expect you to be something more than you are. You have to expect that out of yourself. So this is where this segment kind of comes into play. I've been in Boston for about a week and a half. I'm currently staying with a family friend, which is extremely lucky. The rent out in Boston is crazy. I've been looking for places and whatnot. But this is kind of just a place for me to stay while I kind of get myself on track. I don't ever feel like I'm on track, but I kind of have like spurts and instances throughout the day where it's like, okay, I kind of understand a little bit of what's going on in my life, but not really, like not at all, actually. Um, I have made some very poor decisions in my lifetime. I have made some very well decisions in my lifetime. I've made some good decisions in my lifetime. Um, so I'm trying to figure it all out. The thing is, when I make poor decisions, or I make good decisions, or bad decisions, or like whatever, it's hard to understand like in the moment whether this is like the right thing or the wrong thing. You kind of feel that out, like, as time goes on. But yeah, I'm just gonna take you down this road. How do you how do you go about this? And for me, it's like, as like a creative standpoint, trying to run a fashion brand. How do I do that? Or how does that even make any sense? How do you align that with what you're doing on a regular basis at like work and like things like that? So yeah. So like right now, my biggest focus is I need to release garments, and I need to have better customer service, and I need to have a better way of growing my brand and organically growing my brand. So that's like the main focus going into these next few months. Um, as you probably seen in the video, or we'll see later in the video, what a piece that I am working on is the mohair polo, and I'm expected to release that in May. And this is like, I need to have more self-discipline. Something that you learn as well is like, you need to have an immense amount of self-discipline if you really want to get things done. Kind of realize like, okay, if there's things that I want to do, I got to make sure I do them on my own, and I got to make sure that I do them like on my own time, or I find time for them. So keeping myself accountable is really something that I've learned for sure, and that it takes a lot of discipline, and it takes a lot of just willpower to really get to the things that you want to do. Because at work, you have a schedule, right? You go in at your time, you leave at your time, cool. But that disciplinary action is really mainly for you going to work and the job. Now, me, when it comes to releasing garments or releasing clothes, when it comes to like creating capsules and releasing clothes, and creating like social media posts for organic growth, that's not like a set schedule. Like, no one's telling me, oh, Galen, you need to do this here and there. It's really just all on me. So learning that form of self-discipline is really, really something. And it's really, really difficult at times, but it's not so much difficult because this is what I wanted, and this is what I want to do, and this is what I want to do in the future. So I just got to hold myself a little more accountable. Say I make like one video a day. Okay, Galen, how can we get to 2 videos? Or say I make a video but don't edit that day. How can we get to, Galen, you make the video and edit that day? And a lot of times, like, people feel like they don't have time to do things, or they don't have the right space to do things. And I've learned that your environment does play a big role, but you can also create your environment. So yeah, sometimes, like I say, do what you can with what you got, and that's what helped me grow in many circumstances, and that's what helped me grow in many places. But yeah, this is going to be an interesting segment to have, honestly. It's too one-sided right now, and that's an issue that I have with my brand too, is everything is just too one-sided. I need to make it, both sides. So yeah, and I have a lot that I want to say and a lot that I want to like insights that I've learned just to like give out. So it's just better preparation for others. And this is like the time to do that, and the time to kind of just like reflect and just understand that everyone's going through it all.
The next Braintree train arrives in 2 minutes. The following Braintree train arrives in 12 minutes.
Okay. One garment at a time. Something to focus on. It's gonna help. It's gonna help me better understand as well. It's gonna help you all wonderful people understand as well. One garment at a time to understand until I understand what I'm doing. Because I guess the first part when you think about something is you think about what it is rather than what it could be. And actually I could say either one, like I made this garment or I've been working on this garment for the past 2 years now. Year and a half, 2 years now. And it's not because like I couldn't figure it out 2 years ago. I didn't think it was really good. So I just saved it for a rainy day type of thing, you know? I didn't really see the garment as much. I never really wore it in the past 2 years. I probably only wore it like 4 times maybe. But now I got a better understanding of how I can reintroduce it, because the problem that I was having with this garment is because I wasn't making it look good. And not in terms of like constructions or silhouette or colors, but in terms of putting it on, I wasn't making it look good. And I made the garment for me, but every time I put it on, it didn't look good. But there's 2 instances where I was wearing it and I was like, okay, now it looks good. I threw a sweater underneath it, so I threw the garment on top of the sweater. And then I threw it on I made this white rib long sleeve that we'll be releasing alongside with this. And I threw it on top of that and I'm like, okay, now it clicks. Now the garment is making sense. So the garment is this. It's this mohair polo. And you could tell like I made it like 2 years ago because like it has one of like the old tags on there. And those are the tags from 2 years ago. So this is what it looks like. It's pretty straightforward. It's all mohair, very tightly woven mohair construction, because I kind of like how things, when they're on their structure, they fit. They have like these cuts. You can tell how the garment was constructed. So I like that. So I didn't want it loose where like, you know, if it's like you pull this and like stretches like ever so much and then it gets ruined. No, so I made it tightly knit woven, and it's very like a crop silhouette. I also show pictures. I can actually throw on a video of me putting it on and stuff, but it's a very tight knit silhouette, and there are a few things that I need to change on it, but I'm gonna work on that now. But I just wanted to show you of how it looked 2 years ago. I made it in 3 colors. I made it in this purple, I made it in a baby blue, and I made it in a gray, just like test color wise. So it'll be this lilac color for sure, and I'm going to decide on another color to release alongside this color. I am working on bottoms as well for this release that I will show in another video. Both of the garments, the top and the bottoms, will pop just because of the silhouettes and just because of the fabrications that are used. And I was like, if I'm making a bottom that pops, let me just make a top that pops. Kind of like in that aspect of you just gotta go all in, you know, and don't just like settle for what sells, you know. So this is me pushing those boundaries and taking it one design at a time, one garment at a time. And then we're gonna start here and we're gonna run that, and this will be released alongside some white rib long sleeves and another bottom piece that I can't wait to show y'all. Basically now what I need to figure out with the mohair is, way back when I made my shoulder measurements too short. The sleeves right here, this is my shoulder. What I was meaning is it's hitting like right at my shoulder. This is my shoulder right here. And I don't really like when this hits right at the shoulder. I need it to be like a little bit lower. And this would make this part longer. You see how short this is? Like, it's not enough. I want to keep the length the same. I really like the length, actually. If anything, I'll probably just bring it down like 0.5 inches, but I really like the length. Like, the crop and everything else is fine, but for instance, these needs to be shorter, because like this is like the top half. The top half of the garment is what I'm really working on, and you can tell like it looks fine, especially like with the polo and everything, but this should be longer. I'm gonna change the buttons possibly to maybe a contrasting color, or to maybe like something more unique, like wooden buttons or things like that. One garment at a time is how we're taking and trying to progress forward. But once I fix the sizing in this, these are all good to go. So yeah. Cool. Why mohair? Like the emotion behind mohair? Mohair is very active, you know, it's very active, it's very like out there, right? Now, I don't really wear out there clothing. All my clothing that I wear and create's kind of subtle, but it has a sort of like subtleness that is also out there, which is why I wanted to create mohair. But I didn't want to go long sleeves because mohair long sleeves are they're a little too much for me. So that's why I made it short sleeve. And I could have made a mohair vest, but then I usually wear a lot of things, like if it's a sweater or anything, it's just crew cut or buttons. Like I wear quite a bit of things with buttons and stuff, so I wanted to all implement into one. Like, how can I make my subtle but outlandish style connect with a new top piece for spring and summer? And that's how we got these mohair polos. But yeah, I actually do gotta work on some sizing for these just to fix the shoulder and sleeve length, and we'll be good to go. Good to go. Yeah.